Hello and welcome to another edition of HCC News. I'm Sam Ashita Butler.
And I'm Haley Richardson. Here's what's been happening around Hutchinson this week. It seems like everywhere you go in Hutchinson, there is road construction. A large-scale mill and asphalt overlay project has had several roads temporarily closed or narrowed as they applied 2 inches of new material. Plum Street from 11th Street South has also been closed for some time as it is being reconstructed. Crews plan to have Plum Street reopened around November 2nd. Other projects include finishing the overlay on 17th near the mall and creating an additional lane on northbound Apple Lane to reduce traffic congestion and make it easier to turn onto 30th Street.
Next time you are in the Stringer Fine Arts Building, make sure to check out the newest exhibit that is displayed in the foyer. Open from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. The Benjamin Spies exhibit features some of his latest paintings. Spies was born in Philadelphia in 1963 and currently lives in Seattle. After learning through pastels and treatment centers for anxiety, Spies has moved through other mediums until he finally settled on his niche. He states, "I do not sketch or do studies. I am not open to new techniques. I do what I do," which is either a finished painting based on 1 or more photographs or nothing. In my studio, at the foot of my bed, I make the rules.
Multiple records were broken this past Sunday, both on Earth and in space, as extreme skydiver Felix Baumgartner climbed into a capsule and ascended to an altitude of 128,097 feet and jumped into the stratosphere. The Daredevil broke both the highest manned balloon flight and the highest freefall records. The duration of its freefall was 4 minutes and 19 seconds, just shy of the 4-minute and 36-second record. And here on Earth, eager viewers broke another record as more than 8 million people flocked to their devices to watch the Australian break the speed of sound, live on Google's YouTube site. It was the largest number of concurrent live streams in the website's history. More than a stunt, scientists will also study data from the instruments in the suit and camera footage from the jump to help them improve the design of spacesuits for future generations of astronauts.
The Hutchinson City Council voted Tuesday to double the city's storm water utility fees in order to generate more funds to pay for a backlog of improvements. On January 1st, rates will go from $1 a month to $2 a month for a single-family residence. Rates from commercial, industrial, and institutional sites will double as well, depending on their square footage and current rate. The city currently has a backlog of about 170 requests for curb and gutter improvements to eliminate standing water after storms.
More than 2.5 tons of unused and expired medications were collected statewide by law enforcement during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. 5,300 pounds of drugs at 70 locations across the state were turned in during the DEA's Fall Initiative held September 29th. The program has taken more than 2 million pounds of drugs off the streets over the past 2 years. This year's event was the second highest amount gathered over its history.
The Star Wars exhibit held at the Exploration Place this past summer saw nearly 6,000 visitors. Museum officials said that 57,000 tickets were sold for the Star Wars Where Science Meets Imagination exhibit that ran from May 28th through September 3rd. Of the 31 travel exhibits the Exploration Place hosts, only 2 have drawn more customers than Star Wars, Our Body, The Universe Within at 58,000, and Titanic, the Artifact exhibition with 62,000.
In the recent weeks, presidential candidates Obama and Romney have targeted a new voting demographic, women. Both candidates are adding appeals to shore up support among the key demographic that may decide the outcome in swing states. President Obama is using Romney's comments against him about having a whole binder full of women. The binders were prepared by women's groups to help select female cabinet members when he was governor of Massachusetts. However, the appointments of women to Romney's administration decreased between 2004 and 2006 by almost 20%. On the other side of the campaign, studies show that equal pay for women has not significantly improved during President Obama's first term either.
There is an important vote coming up in Hutchinson on the November ballot, and it's to protect individuals against discrimination by adding sexual orientation to existing protections in Hutchinson. Kansas Equality Coalition Board member John Powell is here today to explain more.
Okay, today I'm here with John Powell, the board member of the Hutchinson chapter of the Kansas Equality Coalition. First of all, what is the Kansas Equality Coalition?
It's a group of fair-minded persons. We have about 170 members here in Hutchinson, and there's 11 chapters statewide with a statewide membership of around 2,200. So it's a good-sized organization. We have a full-time lobbyist in Topeka, and our mission is to anti-discrimination for gay, lesbian, and transgender persons. That's our mission statement, is to make sure that they're not discriminated against.
Okay, and how many members are there in the Hutchinson chapter?
170.
And that's the
chapter.
biggest in Kansas, right?
Actually, we are the largest chapter in Kansas here in Hutchinson.
And how could someone join if they did want to join your chapter?
Easy, very, very simple. You can go to kechutch.org, and at the top, click join, fill out the information, and you're a member. It's as simple as that. If you want to be a voting member, there's a $25 fee per year, or $45 for an entire household, or we have a $5 student membership, and that's for the entire year, and you're a voting member of KEC.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So, does the group face opposition around town?
In the initiative coming up, yes.
Well, first tell us what the initiative is. The Initiative for Equality.
Right, the initiative for, we call it Vote Yes for Fairness is our campaign. And we want to prevent discrimination based on sexual orientation here in Hutchinson. And that is, most people think it's already covered, but it is not. There is no federal law, there is no state law, so we're trying to get a local law that would cover gay and lesbian persons to protect them from housing discrimination and employment discrimination, because I mean, everybody deserves a job. Every hardworking person deserves a job and shouldn't be harassed or discriminated against based on who they are or who they love.
Very true. So what is the opposition around town? What has been going on?
We've got quite a bit of opposition, but a group from Wichita has actually came in to Hutchinson, and they're a pretty powerful group. They're a lot of financial resources, which we don't. We're a true grassroots organization, and our initiative does not include churches or religious organization. It exempts them, so they're not included in this at all. Period. And I think that's a lot of misinformation that's going around, that this is going to force churches to do this and that. It's not. They're not included. And,
right.
And Kansas in 2004 voted a constitutional amendment against gay marriage. So this has nothing to do with gay marriage, period. This is just about someone like you and I that needs to put a roof over our head and have a job. That's all it's about.
Civil rights. It's about civil rights.
Exactly.
So pretty much you're confident it'll pass if enough voters understand the real issues and don't base their votes on hearsay. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, we have a lot of supporters here in Hutchinson. I mean, our campaign of Vote for Fairness, or Vote Yes for Fairness, we didn't order enough yard signs. We thought we had enough at 500, so we're ordering more. And I mean, we're spending a lot of money on yard signs to kind of get the message out. We know yard signs don't vote, understand that, but once you see the message and know that there are a lot of people that are supporting it, it kind of lends to credence. Wow, a lot of people are supporting this thing. So we're doing that. We're running TV commercials, airing radio commercials, doing interviews like this, trying to get the message out that all this does, and this is the key, Hannah, all this does It allows myself as a gay man, if I'm discriminated against, I can go and file a complaint with the City of Hutchinson Human Relations Commission. That's it, period.
Okay, so this chapter has a few events coming up. Tonight, actually, Thursday, is the third Thursday, Spirit Day, the It Gets Better project. Could you tell us what's going to go on tonight?
Sure. This is our third annual It Gets Better event. And the It Gets Better campaign was started by a 16-year-old in Canada 3 years ago. If you remember when all the teen suicides were happening. And it's to kind of observe and honor those who we've lost to bullying. And if the wind calms down, we'll have a candlelight vigil, but we'll have a few speakers and people can talk about a bullying event in their life. We've actually gotten involved locally and helped with some bullying events that have happened in some of the Hutchinson public schools, and the Hutch public schools are great working with us to help the kids. So this event tonight is for the kids, and it's about wearing purple. We're asking everybody to wear purple to show your support. It sends a message, and it's a kind of a two-sided message. The first one is it shows the bullies that we're here and we're not going to put up with their bullying. And the second is it shows the victims of bullying that they truly have allies. And when you feel alone and isolated, if you've been a victim of a bully, you do feel that way. And so we want to wear purple to show them that we're here for them.
That's wonderful. So do you have anything to say to those that are scared of coming out or being themselves, or those who are facing bullying because of that?
That's a great question, Hannah. Coming out is just what you said. It's a scary, scary process. And it's a scary process for the person. It's a scary process for their family. I came out in my mid-20s. I know kids now that are out in high school, which in my day, that was unheard of. And so I mean, hats off to those kids that are being themselves, because society kind of shames them and makes them feel guilty of who they are. And we want to send another message that it's okay to be who you are. And that's the key, and we're here for you.
And it does get better.
And it does get better, that's right.
And another upcoming event will be October 29th at Hastings. What is that going to be?
It's just a coffee. We've had 4 coffees associated with the Vote Yes for Fairness campaign, where people can come and just in a setting just kind of like you and I are having, have a cup of coffee and talk about the issues. And if they have any questions, people are more than happy to answer the questions.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming today for this interview. I hope you can get out to some of these events and help support this group.
So the presidential election is just a couple of weeks away, Sam. Are you planning on voting?
I'm not quite sure just yet, but I'll look into it.
Well, actually, voting registration ended on the 16th, but there's always next 4 years. Stay with us when we come back. Sky is here with a look at some unique costumes in the Media Minute, and we'll find out what TV shows HCC students are watching in this week's Campus Talk.
Welcome back. We're staying local this week because, hey, we got some great stuff coming up. For some family fun, there's always the corn maze or pumpkin patch, but if you're looking for some good old dark humor, check out the HCC Theater's production of Evil Dead the Musical. This cult classic features such musical numbers as Blew That Away, Ode to an Accidental Stabbing, and What the Was That? Evil Dead is suitable for mature and brave audiences only. Also make sure and call ahead to reserve seats in the splatter zone and prepare to get bloody. This will take place in the Gallery Theater in Stringer Fine Arts Center at 7:30, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. If you visited the Hutch Mall recently, you may have noticed the new Halloween shop. Black Widow Costumes has hundreds of clever disguises to choose from, ranging from little kids to adults. We actually have a few of their most popular designs to show you today, starting with the Sugar and Spice Cupcake, modeled by the lovely Rachel. As you can see, this is a very popular outfit for going out on Halloween and comes with some nice sparkly pink shoes. Thank you, Rachel. Next, we have Hannah and Evan, and they're super stunning in their medieval wear for a matching couples costume. Don't they look fantastic? Thanks, guys. And last, we have Evan in the Top Gun costume. Now this is really fun because it comes with a name tag for Goose, but you can replace it with one that says Maverick. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for your amazing modeling skills. You can find these costumes and many more, including nurses, cops, and ballerina gorillas at Black Widow Costumes. And if you tell them you saw the Media Minute, you'll receive 10% off. And that's all the time I have today. Back over to you, Sam.
Thanks, Guy. This fall we've seen the return of several great television shows, as well as been introduced to many new ones. This week we went to the campus to ask students what their favorite television show is and more in this week's Campus Talk.
Why did you choose to come to HCC?
The fire science program.
I chose for athletics because it was a good football program, and I knew they was going to put me back out there and to get recruited and stuff, so that's why I chose to come here.
Well, Hutchinson is my hometown, so it just seemed like the right choice.
I have a family that works here at the school. My grandpa is an advisor.
I like it. It's a nice little college. Everybody's nice, like the teachers, and the class sizes are really good.
Just because it was a small junior college and I like it.
Okay. Because the facilities are really good and they got a good soccer program here. So.
I got approached by Sammy and the facility was really good. I got told that they would get a good chance of being number one in the nation, and we are, so that's why.
What are you majoring in? Accounting.
Animal science.
Currently general studies. It's going to change to probably forensic science.
Mine's sports development.
I'm majoring in sports medicine.
Fire science.
Right now I'm just general studies.
I major in sports management and minor in business.
I'm doing sports management, or I might change to business.
Where do you live?
I live here on the dorms.
I live in the dorms.
I came from Manhattan, Kansas, but I'm from Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I'm from Georgia, but I stay in the Hutch dorms.
South Hutchinson.
And what's your favorite television show?
I'd have to say World's Dumbest.
Probably My Wife and Kids. Yeah, it's a good program. It's funny.
Mine's The Big Bang Theory.
I'd have to probably say True Blood.
BET 106 and Park.
I watch Everybody Hates Chris.
ESPN, Around the Horn.
So Haley, what is your favorite show on about this time?
I'd probably have to go with The Walking Dead. How about yours?
I'd probably say the same thing, yep.
All right.
That is all we have for this week. We hope you will join us again next time for a special Halloween episode for HCC News. I'm Sam Ashita Butler.
And I'm Haley Richardson. Have a great week.
HCC News is a production of the Broadcast and Media Technology program of Hutchinson Community College. For more information on the program or to submit your story ideas, please call 665-3433.